rejecting messenger and the message. Rejecting messenger and the message. The God of their ancestors, that is the first reading, sent messengers to them, for God had compassion on God's people and God's dwelling place. But they mocked the messenger of God, despised God's warnings, and scoffed at the prophets. They mocked the messenger of God, despised God's warnings, and scoffed at the prophets. In communication, in the process of communication, we have the messenger, we have the message, and the receiver. Those that studied communication, or those that studied journalism, we know that in the process of communication, it revolves around these three elements: the messenger, the message, and the receiver. The messenger, the one who carries the message. The message brought by the messenger. And the receiver, the targeted audience. Now, communication is said to have happened when it moves from the messenger, the message, and the receiver must have adhered to what was delivered. And in a simple sentence, we say, the messenger communicates the message to the receiver. And whenever there is a vitiation in between these three elements, communication is said to have not happened. Also, in the realm of God, he said, he has seen their abominations, and he sent a messenger to them. The people, the supposed receivers, mocked the messengers, despised God's warning, and they scoffed the prophets. They don't want to do anything with the message. They rejected the messenger and the message. This is not the only time people rejected the messenger and the message. Jeremiah came and was prophesying, telling the people, this is not the right way to go. In Jeremiah chapter 18 from verse 18, the people conspired against him. In fact, they wanted to kill him. They rejected the message and the messenger. And God, so gracious to us, whenever he thinks that we are not in the right path, in his graciousness, he comes to us to remind us. And that's the purpose of the messenger and the message. Hosea, chapter 9, verse 7. Hosea was sent to the people, and he came. You guys, what you are doing is not good in the eyes of God. Please. Did you know what they said? They said, you are crazy. You are fool. Hosea 9:7. Do you remember John the Baptist and Herod? Herod, after the death of his brother Philip, went and took the wife of Philip. John the Baptist was sent, the messenger. He went to Herod and said, please, leave the wife of Philip. It is not your wife. It is against the law for those who living with another man's wife or husband. It is against the law going to another man's wife or going to another man's husband. What did Herod do? What did Herod do? He imprisoned the messenger. Matthew chapter 14, verse 10. And he rejected the message. Now, the messengers, they come to us as light. Whenever we are in darkness, whenever we are wallowing in darkness, God in his graciousness will give us a reminder because he doesn't want us to perish. But you and I will reject the messenger and the message. That's why in the gospel it says, but people preferred darkness to light. People preferred darkness to light. However, there are consequences of those who reject the messenger and the message. The same first reading. Reading down, it says, eventually the enemies came and burned the house of God, tore down the walls of Jerusalem, set all its palaces on fire, destroyed all its precious objects. Those who escaped the sword were carried into captivity to Babylon. The consequence of rejecting the messenger and the message. Houses were burnt, people destroyed precious objects, and those who were running away when it was too late were carried into captivity to Babylon. And when they went to Babylon, they started crying. A stitch in time saves 9. The responsorial psalm, the context of the responsorial psalm, the beginning said, by the streams of Babylon, when they have been carried into captivity, they started crying. By the rivers of Babylon, their ways are down, and there we wept when we remembered Zion. When the wicked carried us away, captivity require the sons from us. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Now, what responded followed. They said, "Let my tongue be silenced if I forget you." Herod, how did he die? The historian, a Jewish historian called Josephus, said he was inflicted with mental and physical illness that even he wanted to commit suicide. Eventually, he died in misery, rejecting the messenger and the message. The people were carried into captivity. On the other hand, there are rewards for those who will work on the message and the messenger, the beginning of the second reading. God is rich in mercy, diverse in misericordia. He said, God so loved the world that he sent his only son. It depends on you. It depends on me. When David was confronted for his adultery and murder, in 2 Samuel chapter 11, he said, God, please, I have sinned. The messenger was Nathan. David said, Lord, please, I have sinned. He didn't reject the messenger. He didn't despise God's message. Neither did he scoff the prophets. Do you remember the people of Nineveh? Jonah was sent to them. And Jonah preached. The king said, we have sinned. They proclaimed fast. They put on sackcloth. And God looked at them and had mercy on them. We're already midway in Lent. Fourth Sunday of Lent, telling us to pause. When you pause, you look back from Ash Wednesday till today. You look forward from today till the Holy Saturday. What have I done and what have I not done? Am I taking this Lent as an ordinary day? What about the messenger and the message?